Welcome to the Road to Cheltenham Day 1 wrap for the 2026 Cheltenham Festival. Ruby Walsh is alongside me and we are here to celebrate Lossiemouth winning in 4 consecutive festivals. Finally, she turned up at the champion hurdle. Paul Turner and Rhoda, Willie Mullins of course trains her, and she won. And those first time cheek pieces are perceived to be the crucial difference. Now we've had a lot of interplay about this. Let's just enjoy the moment first off. What a fantastic mare she is, to turn up year after year after year. That is an incredible feat just in itself.
Oh, it is. It's not easy for racehorses. I mean, you even look at Lydia and Ruby, gets to Cheltenham this morning, rides out and fails the trot up an hour before racing. But it is incredible to keep coming back and take the racing and do it time and time again. And she was really good. And she quickened up really smartly off the home turn. The race was over for all money before she got to the last. And it was a really good performance.
Now, do you think the cheek pieces were transformative? Talking to Paul Townend and Willie Mullins afterwards, they really did think it was. That moment where she worked in them, and that was the old Lossiemouth. There is a different way of looking at it.
There is. She definitely travelled sweet, there's no doubt about that. She looked well when she got to Cheltenham. But I didn't see them going as slow as they went. Now, obviously, To Cheltenham standing at the start added to that. Work ahead only went for a half a furlong. But when they jumped the first hurdle and I saw Jack Kennedy take him back, I'm thinking, oh, and then Paul takes back beside her, and all of a sudden Lossiemouth is in a different gear then.
Yeah.
She's on the bridle, she's travelling, and from there on, as brilliantly as Brighter Days Ahead jumped, and Jack tried to build it through the race, Lossiemouth just got on her feet, and she was always going to do it for speed.
Now people are going to say, oh, this is Ruby sour grapes because he didn't think the cheek pieces would work.
I'd have gone 2.5 with her.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and there's no point in changing my opinion now. I would have, but I did not see them going as steadily as they went.
I was about to say, but the truth is the fractions are there for you, and you could see it with your eyes as well. This wasn't a strongly run champion. You had the schmozzle at the start, which is a shame.
Yeah, it was, and I felt for connections of To Cheltenham.
Yeah.
You go and supplement him, and then he gets in a strop like that. I mean,
I was watching Colm Dunlund, honestly, in the parade ring. I mean, it was agony to just watch.
That is disappointing. Work Ahead never rose a gallop, and Brighter Days Ahead, she ran better, but she looked like she wanted 3 miles.
Harry Skelton said that he could have done with a stronger tempo for the new Lion. Do you see it that way as well? Could he be come back and be a champion hurdler, or is he a horse that has been found out pace-wise?
Bit of both. I'd say on reflection, after Newcastle, he probably needed to learn his trade. I think missing the Christmas hurdle and then getting a pretty much a walk over here in the International. I'm not sure. I'd say he needed racing.
Sounds like you'd give him another try.
I'd be loath to ride any horse off from one race at any one time. I would give him another chance, but I do think he needs more racing.
Yeah, another try in this race, I mean. And Alexi ran huge, didn't he?
Huge. What an improver he's been.
Yeah.
And bar for the mistake at the last, he might have even finished closer.
Right, let's talk about the other Grade 1, shall we? We opened up with Old Park Star winning the Supreme, but it was all changed in the final hurdle. They all came close together. Sober Glory got second, My Daddy Paddy got third, and they were a long way clear of the rest. Yeah,
the one that surprised me was My Daddy Paddy. Change of tactics definitely worked on him. They rode him much.
Yeah,
he did, but they rode him much closer to the pace. Yeah. He sat in 5th or 6th and he switched off. He's run a blinder. Old Park Star was rock solid and he proved it. But I do think Sober Glory was gone. I think he'd not slipped though. I think he'd quickened off the bend. He'd been on the pace all the way. And I think the mistake, and when he made the mistake then he got lonely. And he wandered into the rail and met My Daddy Paddy on the way back out for another bump. He should have really finished third with what happened to him, yet he battled back to finish second. I think Philip Hobson-Johnson might have a really good horse.
So you're arguing that he could have won if things had gone
I think
right?
He could have, yeah, easily.
And the other thing interesting about that race, of course, and we're not used to saying this, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Britain.
Yeah,
I know.
I had a washout for the Irish horses.
Yeah. Do you think, I mean, obviously it's one race, it's possible that our novices are better.
Definitely at 2 miles on the back of that. Interested to see what happens tomorrow. But Mighty Park, he was just too raw. He's a lovely looking horse. Leader Dally didn't get to line up, but no, El Kairos was disappointing. Mighty Park ultimately was disappointing because he faded out of it from the second last. And the other Irish one was, when I think back to the first race,
2 buses for me. El Kairos.
El Kairos, he was disappointing.
Yeah. Dan Skelton and Nicky Henderson are both looking forward to the Arkle this time next year. Although Nicky was saying that he could go either way, Dan is fixated on the Arkle, says he's got the Arkle whenever. You'd expect Dan to say that, wouldn't you? Right, we thought the Arkle was a duel, didn't we? But not atypically, Danny Mullins didn't read that script.
No, Danny reads his own script, and he kind of said it to Nick Luck yesterday morning when he was talking about Kargese, and he controlled the race in front, turned it into a bit of not a dash is the wrong word, but it did come down to the last two fences.
It saved plenty.
Yeah, and he banked on her experience, and like she was brilliant in the second last. Lou Lamba was in the middle of it, and then Cole-Peck the board at the last. Probably should have gone on the long stride, went short, did well to get up and pecked out in his snot. And it's the loss of momentum, the immediate gap that Kargese put between herself and Cole-Peck the board was on Landon, and she held out, but they're there to be jumped, and he was very good on her, wasn't he?
He was, and that's the difference from her sort of hardened experience during the course of the season. She was able to use that, wasn't she?
Definitely.
Who do you think is going to turn out to be the best two-miler? Do you think you saw enough from Cole-Peck de Board, bossing his way into the race?
I think I did, yeah. Thought I did anyway. Be interesting, though, time will tell. He has to stay sound and put runs back to back. I mean, she's hard, and isn't she?
Shouldn't be underestimated.
No.
She's taken to fences really nicely. Lou Lamba, Nick Henderson was talking about stepping him up in trip, wants to see him over 2.5 miles at Aintree.
We kind of all thought that, didn't we?
Yeah. We did, but he'll have learned plenty from his experience over 2 miles this season. That's going to stand him in good stead. Right, let's jump through the rest of the day. Saratoga looked pretty good. I mean, that was a good Fred Winter from the look of things. Pedro won this race with his half-brother Brazil. Mark Walsh was on board. That looked like the kind of performance that might step up into greater company. What do you think?
Possibly. Thought he was always in the right place. Got a really good start. Always had room. Was always in the right place. Whereas Winston Jr. got Suez out at the start and got too far back. He got mullered at the start and ended up too far back. So he's run well. Look, there were two horses that had caught your eye through the year. I wasn't convinced by Saratoga, but he went and got it done today.
Yeah, funny enough, Faye Bramley said that Jack Kennedy was apologising about what happened at the start with Winston Jr. Yeah, I agree with you. He ran huge. Johnny Who put it all together today, and that was a first festival win for AJ O'Neill, who trains along with his father John Joe O'Neill, for whom it was a 28th, and that was Richie McClernand's first winner at the festival since 2014 in this race.
Fair play to him, and he gave him a great ride. Jaguar just does what Jaguar does, doesn't he? He's frustrating. So he is, but it was a great winner for AJ, John Joe, and for Richie McLaren, and Johnny Who probably deserved it. He was unlucky in the Kimure last year.
Yeah. He was, but he finally put his jumping together today. Just one mistake that I saw.
Third last. Yeah, he was only okay at the second last, but he was better than Jaguar.
Yeah. He was scruffy all the way around. Madara won the plate for the Skeltons.
Bolted in.
Yeah.
Bolted in. Noticeable in that race, Lydia, from the drone, how tight the second home turn was.
Yeah.
Because the ones outside didn't turn, and all of a sudden that race was over. Now, I know Madara was going easy anyway, but when you watch it again, Madara nips around with Will the Wise, and they got about 3 lengths on the inside at the bend. So that was just one to note for tomorrow.
I'll be ordering a set of glasses for the stewards at Kenton myself, but the Skeltons won't care about that because they've won the race. The final race of the day is Holloway Queen's success under James Byrne, a first festival success for him, bringing up a double for Nicky Henderson. Nicky Henderson thought that horse needed mud.
So we all know nothing. And all is said and done.
But easy for James.
Yeah, great for him. I didn't realise it was his first, actually.
Yeah, I know, extraordinary.
Travelled really well, jumped really well, and absolutely bolted in. Back me or sack me, never rose a gallop, did it?
Not at all.
No, and back like it couldn't lose.
Quick conditions today, hasn't it been?
It was quick. I thought it would be much slower than it was. I don't know where they're going to water overnight.
I don't know yet. There's potentially some rain overnight, so not sure.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that in the morning. That's our review of the first day of Cheltenham 2026 for Road to Cheltenham.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.